All right, folks, welcome back to the Youth Nationals here in Sydney at the Sydney Indoor Climbing Gym in Villawood. We have today the Speed Climbing Finals. My name's Jason Witten. Welcome to the live stream. And we've had plenty of action here this morning from all the competitors this afternoon. In just a moment, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, we are going to be having the speed finals for the junior male, the junior female, the youth A male, the youth A female, the youth B male, and the youth B female. And all of the competitors have been staying warm in the gym. Plenty of people here to support the climbers today. Let's quickly go through how they have qualified and who we've got in the quarterfinal. Let's have a look at the Youth B male, folks. The speed finals from the Australian Youth Nationals, put on by Sports Climbing Australia. Shout out to those guys in the quarterfinal today. Let me quickly explain how the speed finals works, or speed competition works. You get matched up. You can see there's 8 climbers in the finals, and it's a shootout. 1-on-1, the winner goes to the next round, and the next round we have 2 finals. One for first and second, and one for third. And you can see how that works out here. We've got Max Boddicker versus Liam Ullman. Thomas Sorensen versus Jai Falconer. James Bollinger versus Rhino Coates. And Archie Either versus Marley Reeves. And those guys will be I'm quite sure, a little bit nervous right now, but excited to get their speed finals on. We pop over to the Youth A female. We've got Meredith Butcher versus Josie Wardrop. May Sire versus Olivia Burge. Fiona Bollinger versus Rebecca Osborne. Claire Hall versus Justina Chan in the finals. There's only 8 Youth A females here, so all 8 will be competing going through. And did I skip the Youth B females? Let me pop back, see if I've done that right. Up. The Youth B females, sorry folks. Misha Borman versus Christelle Coates. Summer Fraser versus Mackenzie Hansen. Teo Murasawa versus Catherine Mirasol. And Tiana Pickett versus Cleary Handicott. Let's pop ourselves back to the Youth A male. Julian David versus Alfie Wall. And Lachlan Rickard versus Mac Thomas. Dylan Parks versus Dylan Soyne, the 2 Dylans. They've been in every final, Boulder and Lead and now Speed. Flynn Chisholm versus Benjamin Firth. There you go, folks. What will happen, how it works. The finalists will go head-to-head on a shootout for the finals. Stick around, they're just getting themselves organised. The next sort of 5 to 15 minutes, just depends on how we get things sorted in the gym here. And until then, we'll put a little bit of footage from the weekend. It's been a great weekend of action-packed activity and competition. And we've got some great shots from behind the scenes. Take a look at this. All right. Welcome back. I can see we're live. We've got plenty of viewers online right now in YouTube. Some of our viewers are checking out the Facebook page as well. If you're listening to the live, obviously you're on YouTube. We're not streaming it on Facebook. We're only streaming it on YouTube. So if you know anyone was waiting around for the stream today, please go ahead and share or let other viewers know. It's great to have as many people online as possible. Many of you tuning in today may already know that the Olympics now allows or has invited the climbing sport into its ranks. Bouldering, lead climbing and speed climbing are now part of the Olympic lineup, which is fantastic. Absolutely wonderful for these young athletes to be able to, you know, aspire to something like heading to the Olympics one day. I think it's a wonderful aspiration. Certainly pretty amazing when it comes to these athletes. In recent times, folks, just a little snapshot for the world record. To put in perspective today, you can see this wall that these climbers are going to climb up. Now, it is a fixed wall, this route on the wall. We might get one of the team just to slowly pan up the wall to have a look. Start at the bottom, and each of those holds are exactly the same as the route next door. This is the international speed climbing route, and this is exactly the same holds and climb they have competed on at the Olympics and also in the World Cup, International Federation of Sports Climbing worldwide. Now, if you see, that wall is about 15 metres high, folks. And at the bottom, at the top there, you can see those two little white buttons. One of the team just focusing in on that. That is the timer. You hit those buttons at the top to finish your time. And I don't know if they can get to the one at the bottom, but there is a footpad at the bottom of the climb. And that footpad at the bottom of the climb is where the climbers stand. They have got to have at least 1 foot on the bottom of the pad at the bottom of the climb. That starts the clock the moment they leave that piece at the bottom and climb as fast as they can to the top without falling off. Hit those pads at the top, and that gives them their time. There it is. Look at that. That is, you put your foot on that. The moment your foot leaves that, your clock starts. Now, you can't do a false start. There's a few little technical difficulties when it comes to the wall as well. There's a timer at the bottom. Anyway, there you go. You can see that 15 metres high. And the world record for the men, let me tell you, maybe have a think about that. How fast could you move vertically up a 15-metre wall with those holds? I can tell you this. The world record for the females, Alexandra Miroslaw from Poland in Salt Lake City just now. Only about 2 weeks ago, there was a World Cup for the International Sports Climbing Federation. Alexandra Miroslaw climbed the speed climb in 6 seconds, 6.53 seconds. 6.53. 6.53, that is ludicrous. Absolutely super fast, broke the world record. And also at the same event, another world record by the men. Kirimal Katabin broke another world record, men's speed world record, and climbed the speed climb in 5.10 seconds. 5.10, folks, that is absolutely blistering fast. So put that in perspective for some of the young athletes today. We shall see their times, and I am sure they would love to set some fast times on the speed wall today. So stay tuned. That will be starting soon, and the athletes will be getting their speed climbing mojo on. But in the meantime, let's have a look at a couple of our behind-the-scenes videos. All right, welcome back, folks. Jason Witten here, coming to you live from Sydney for the Youth Nationals, Australian Youth Nationals, brought to you by Sports Climbing Australia. We're here in Villawood at the Sydney Indoor Climbing Gym. Big shout out to those guys. Amazing facility. If you haven't already checked it out, well, pop on down one day, find them online. Absolutely awesome facility here. An amazing crowd has showed up, an amazing show up of the competitors. They've had their most competitors ever in an Australian Youth Nationals, through over 340 competitors over the weekend. Absolutely fantastic. So awesome to see so many young competitors keen as mustard for the sport. And there's a few there from Western Australia. You can see the different uniforms, the black and gold in the Western Australians, the maroon for the Queenslanders, the blue for the Victorians, I think. And the New South Welshers have got a different colour, but plenty of representation. So for those who have joined us just recently, I know I can just see many of you have just rejoined online or joined us just online, so I might go through the qualifiers, who's qualified for the competition before we get started. So we might have a bit of a look at that one. Youth B male, we're going to have the Youth B male, Youth B female, Youth A female, Youth A male, Junior female and Junior male. Speed finals here this afternoon. Youth B female, the quarter final is Misha Borman, Christelle Coates versus each other. Summer Fraser versus Mackenzie Hansen. Teo Murasawa versus Catherine Mirasol. Tiana Picott versus Cleary Handicott. What happens, folks? It's a direct one-on-one shootout. The winner goes to the next round, all the way to the grand final. And when you get to the grand final, there is a small final which sorts out number 3. So let's go to the Youth B male and have a look at those guys. Max Boddicker versus Liam Ullman. Thomas Sorensen versus Jai Falconer. James Bollinger versus Rhino Coates. Archie Either versus Marley Reeves. Should be action-packed this afternoon. The Junior A female. We have Meredith Butcher, all the way from New Zealand, by the way. Josie Wardrop. She is hailing all the way from Tassie. Fantastic. They're facing off in the first round, or the first race. May Sire and Olivia Burge. Olivia is from Victoria and May from Western Australia. We also have Fiona Bollinger versus Rebecca Osborne. Fiona from Victoria and Rebecca from WA. Good to see the Western Australians representing. And Claire Hall versus Justina Chan. And Justina from Victoria and Claire from Queensland. So Youth A male, Julian David versus Alfie Wall. Now Alfie's from WA and Julian is from New Zealand. And looks like we might be getting back to it in a minute, folks. So I'll just quickly finish up here with the junior female. You can see those guys. There was only a small amount of them today. And the junior male. You can see all of those guys ready for their finals in the speed finals here, folks. The 2022 Youth Nationals coming to you live from Sydney. And we could be getting ready real soon. They're out there getting themselves. Good to see it's grapes and not Red Bull. And I think we've got a little bit of highlights from the C&D earlier today. So we might take a quick look at that. All right, folks, I can see we've got a fair few online. Great for you guys to join us. Give us just a shout out in the chat. That'd be awesome. Tell us where you're dialing in from. The other night we had Grandma dialing in from Western Australia. If you're there, Grandma, big shout out to you. And hey, listen, you can see these shoes right here. Anyone who's new to the idea of climbing, sports climbing, lead climbing or otherwise, those shoes are very specialised. They're what I would call a hardcore pair of ballerina shoes in reality. And the rubber is very sticky, very specialised when it comes to climbing. Helps out immensely. Different styles of climbing shoes, obviously, fitting different types of feet from all around the world. But it's an essential piece of kit for any climber when you have a look at this. So now we've got, looks like we've got our first competitors up on the wall, or, well, about to be anyway. And it could be our Youth B finals. Misha Borman was keen and ready, but she wasn't ready. It wasn't to be yet. So Christelle Coates and Misha Borman, and we are starting right now. So we can remove that starting soon, because this is it, folks. Here we go. Our first finals of the speed finals for the Youth B female. Misha Borman versus Christelle Coates. And you can see that they're just testing their starting point, making sure they've got their starting buzzer in the right place. The belayers. Now, if you look at the strap that they are connected to the wall with, folks, it is a self-belaying system. That is a self-belaying pulley. It goes as fast as the climber goes, and it will follow them up the wall. And depends on the orientation. Sometimes they put that in behind themselves or in front. Here we go, folks. Misha versus Christelle, the first race of the day. Good start there by Misha. Looks like she's off to a great start, and if unless she makes a mistake, I think we might have a winner here. Has to hit the button at the top. Boom. There you go, folks. Awesome. She will go through to the next round. Come on, Christelle. Make it to the top. You can see, if you get your momentum going, it does help a lot. And Misha will go through to the semi-final. Well done. Now, I wasn't counting them ahead. We don't have a live clock today, but she did that pretty quickly. Remembering the world record for the females was just set at 6 seconds and 53 or 6.53 seconds. Our next competitors up, Summer Fraser and Mackenzie Hanson. Summer from New South Wales and Mackenzie from New South Wales also. Teammates, let's see. Summer on the left in 99, Mackenzie on the right. Just getting their foot placement ready. So it's important to get off to a good start in speed climbing. And you can see one little slip, obviously. One little slip. Trying to climb as fast as possible. However, making sure you're accurate in what you do. Summer versus Mackenzie right now. The crowd's quiet in anticipation. Mackenzie there in the light blue. Summer in the grey t-shirt, 99. Face the judge, ready to go. Foot on the timer, and you'll hear the beeping countdown. And they're off. Good start by both of them, pretty even on the wall. And Summer pulling ahead just ever so slightly. Mackenzie just a little bit behind, but it's not over till the buzzers press, folks. A little slip there from Summer, but come on. Yes. Well done, well done. Good job. Teammates having a smile, enjoying themselves all the way, which is fantastic. Great to see. Judges there giving the nod, and a big shout out to the judges and the volunteers here on the weekend. Always great to see the parents getting involved. And just to give you a little bit of an update there, folks. Yeah, a little bit of a replay. Nice. All right. If we cut to the Youth B female scoreboard, you can see live updates right now as these guys are getting ready. We'll do that after this. Oh, you can see there, Misha, 13 seconds. Misha versus Summer. All right, back to the live action. And we've got Teo Murasawa and Catherine Mirasol versus each other. Teo from Victoria and Catherine from Western Australia. Catherine on the right. Just making sure they've got themselves sorted, clipped in, ready to go. It's important to get their foot in the right position. Judges give them the nod, everything's safe, and we're about to see Teo versus Catherine. Teo on the left, actually. Catherine on the left. Teo on the left. Oh, no, it is Teo, and she looks like she's pulling ahead there. A couple of little mistakes from Catherine. One more to the top. Boom. Nice. Good job, Teo, moving through to the next round. And we can see the live score updates right now on the scoreboard. You can see Teo at 14 seconds. Other than Misha, that's pretty close to the fastest one so far, and Catherine at 20 seconds. So Teo moving through, Tiana and Cleary Handicott. Tiana Picott and Cleary Handicott right now. Tiana from Queensland. I might be a bit biased. Go Tiana. She's from my local gym. But absolute amazing effort from all of the competitors here today. We've got a few shout outs, which is awesome. Hello to everyone from Tauranga, the Bay of Plenty. G'day Kim. Great to have you dialing in. A few of the New Zealanders coming on in, and away we go. A good start there from Tiana. Cleary not too far behind, and just a little bit slower on a few of those. Tiana now, it's now Tiana's to lose. She's a couple more moves to the top. Yes, nice job. Go Cleary, one more, boom. Fantastic. Now you can see, you can get off to a pretty good start sometimes with ease, and then, you know, one slip, and then it can be, that's the difference. So other than any appeals, Tiana will go through to the semi-final. If we pull the finals score up right now, we've got some live scoring for the speed. Tiana at 15 seconds. Now we've got Misha Borman versus Summer Fraser, and we've got Teo Murasawa versus Tiana Picot. And as the tension mounts, some of these athletes have been here all weekend. And now we're rolling straight into the Youth B male. Just making sure they get enough chalk on their hands before they can't stop on the way up, obviously. And our first competitors here, Max Boddicker and Liam Ullman. Max and Liam. Max from WA. And Liam from New South Wales. Let's see how these young athletes go. All set and ready. Good clean start by both of them, but looks like Max is getting a much better go of it. Just slowing down a little bit, making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. The top looks a little bit easier to contend with. A big move at the top there. Couple more. Just making sure no mistakes, Max. There we go. All right, Max through. Come on, Liam. Finish it off, mate. And you can see some of the competitors, especially if they're a little bit less tall, might struggle with some of these things. Just imagine, folks, this is the adult, the adult speed finals, or the speed climbing route, the set. And worldwide, they are the exact same holds and the exact same positions worldwide. And everyone gets to race on those, which is fantastic. Next, we've got Thomas Sorensen and Jai Falconer. Thomas from New Zealand and Jai from Queensland. And we've got a showdown. Jai on the right, Thomas on the left. Just getting ready to take off whenever they're ready. You can see all of the judges there, folks. You can see the timer on the right-hand side. It's quite a technical one, this one, to make sure you get right. Lots going on in a very short period of time. And they're off. Oh, a couple of little mistakes, but they're neck and neck at the moment. Oh, no. Jai, a little slip, and he's off. So now, Thomas, there's no need for Thomas to rush this. He can finish it. Oh, mate, come on. Boom. All right. Thomas goes through to the next round. We might pop up and get a quick score on the scoreboard. It's great to have the scores coming in live. So we've got Max going on through to the semi-final. Thomas versus Max, 18 seconds and 17 seconds. And James Bollinger and Rhino Coates up next. James hailing all the way from Victoria. Rhino from WA. And we'll see how these two young athletes match up. Rhino a little bit shorter, but I'm sure he'll make up for that as we go along. And James a little bit taller, but we'll see. Both of them keen as mustard to get their last and final climb underway. Well, maybe not their last. They could be into the finals. And a fantastic start from James. Absolutely sprung off the ground, and he's making good progress. Rhino not getting the progress he would like. Oh, that was close. James finished it at the top. That was touch and go, but I'm sure he's happy with not falling off. And you can see he was miles ahead, didn't need to rush it. But sometimes in the sport, if you're going for a record or if you're going just to finish off, then you've got to keep an eye on what you're up to. But if we quickly go live, there we go. James goes through to the semi. Rhino not so lucky this day on his race. So 15 seconds for James, which is the fastest so far, but right now that doesn't mean too much. And boom, there it is. All right. Next up, we have Archie Either versus Marley Reeves. And Archie's from New South Wales, ready to go. And Marley is from Queensland. Archie off to a blistering start. Marley not so much. And Archie looks like he'll easily win this one. That's good. And that last move, folks, not as easy as you might think. The holds look big, but finished it off in good work. So there you go, folks. Our semi-final round. If we flick to the scoreboard, we will see that we have Max Boddicker versus Thomas Sorensen and Jamie Bollinger versus Archie Either. Fastest so far, Archie Either. We've still got a couple of races to go, folks, and we shall see how we go. Next up will be the Youth A females, I believe. Yes, Youth A females. And we have Meredith Butcher versus Josie Wardrop. We do need another competitor for Meredith to race again. Or do we? Yeah, no, we're okay. Oh, maybe we've had a withdrawal, but Meredith does need to finish the climb to go through to the semi. Putting down a bit of a practice run, obviously, but looking at, wow, she is absolutely motoring. Looks like this one might be one of the fastest times. Wow, Meredith. It'd be very interesting to see what that time was. So far, I would have a guess that that would be probably the fastest time so far across all of the climbers at this point in time. We shall see live on the scoreboard. Hasn't popped up yet. There we go, 13 seconds. Meredith laying down a blistering time. And looks like Josie was not here for that race. So Meredith by default. Not necessarily by default, because she absolutely earned that one, blistering fast. Now we have May Sire and Olivia Burge, and they are from WA. Olivia's from WA. No, sorry, Olivia's from Victoria. And May is from WA. Had it mixed around the wrong way. We'll see how these two go for their speed final here today. Last little bit of chalk for May. See what time they can do on the speed clock. Bit of a slower start for both of them, but all you've got to do is be the first one to the buzzer in a one-on-one race. It looks like that might be May so far. No mistakes yet. We'll see how we go. But it's not over till the buzzer is pressed, folks. Oh! Well done, well done. And looks like that one goes to May Sayah. So that will be May versus Meredith. Next up, we've got Fiona Bollinger and we have Rebecca Osborne. Fiona is from Victoria and Rebecca is from WA. We've got Olivia's time there of 21 seconds. May's time hasn't been put in yet. Probably pop through any moment. See if we can get it live, but if not, looks like there might be some bit of something going on the main feed. All right, so Fiona from Victoria on the left and Rebecca from WA on the right. Something going on, not quite sure what it is. Everyone in the crowd pretty keen to see a bit of the speed finals action. Oh, she needs some chalk. Oh, well, there you go. Hang on, I forgot my chalk bag. All right. No problem. There's Dad, or one of the volunteers, making sure it happens. All right, back to the action. Fiona versus Rebecca. Let's see what times these guys can put in for today. Off to a pretty good start, both of them. But we have Fiona pulling away pretty convincingly right now, just slowing down, not having to rush it, knowing that she doesn't have to rush these last moves, saving her energy for the final. And, oh no, other way around, was it? No, I got that right. That was May. Fiona, 17 seconds, and Rebecca. The time will come up now. Now, May's time hasn't come through yet, so there could be something going on with May and the May versus Olivia, we shall see. But Fiona moving through to the semi-final. And now we'll see who will verse Fiona in the semi-final. We will find out who is the winner from Clear Hall, Justine Chan. Justina from Victoria, and Clear Hall from Queensland. Queensland on the left, Victoria on the right. And Clear moving very confidently up the wall there. And at this point, probably a pretty convincing win. Just slowing down, just making sure that she doesn't come off at the top. There you go. And Justina just making sure she finishes it. Well done. All right, Clear Hall moving through versus Fiona Bollinger and Meredith Butcher versus May. We have May's time come through now. Okay, jolly good. There it all is. So we've had the live updates. All right, I think we're moving on now to the junior female. We've already had, we didn't have, oh no, that's not the junior. Youth A male, sorry. Skipped over one of the categories. All right, we've got Julian David versus Alfie Wall. Julian from NZ on the left, and Alfie Wall on the right. Alfie from WA. Let's see what these guys can do for their speed time finals. Good start there from Alfie. No, Julian it was. Julian absolutely blistering fast up the wall there. Alfie not too far behind, but a convincing win from Julian from the NZ team. Well done, Julian. And laying down, I think, the fastest time so far. There we go, 9. So sub 10 seconds, folks. Now, if you think about it, how fast did he climb up that wall? That was very impressive. The world record, 5.1 seconds. And Julian obviously moving into the semi-final, I would think. Next up, we've got Lachlan Rickard and Max Thomas. Lachlan from Victoria, Max from Queensland. Max on the right, Lachlan on the left. Let's see what these young competitors can do. Oh, there we go. Max off to a blistering start. And let's see what he does at the top. And it's, a little slip. Well, that was It looked like Max was going to absolutely lay down a blistering time there. One little slip at the top. He managed to recover it. That's great. And there you go. Watch this. One little slip. No, it's next up is... Yeah, just that one. Oh! Well, you can see the athleticism of these young athletes. All on arms. Just absolutely fantastic. Well done, Lachlan. Well done, Max. Max laying down a 10 seconds then. Should be a good matchup between Julian and Max, that's for sure, from what we just have seen. But now we have the two Dylans. The two Dylan Soyne from New South Wales and Dylan Parks. And here we go. Oh, absolutely flying. Boom. And that was Dylan Soyne right there from New South Wales. No, Dylan Parks, sorry. Dylan Soyne on my right. Dylan Parks laying down an absolutely blistering time of 9 seconds. Well, there you go. You can see it getting quite exciting now, folks. Some of these times getting absolutely blistering fast. Good bit of sportsmanship there. Well done for both of them. Eye on the prize, though. Now we've got Flynn Chisholm versus Benjamin Firth. Benjamin from New Zealand. Flynn from... Got a couple of Flynns there. Flynn from New Zealand as well. All right. Benjamin off to a pretty good start. Oh, no, that's Flynn, actually. Looks like he might comfortably do this one. So Flynn through to race with Dylan. And Julian David versus Max Thomas. Dylan Parks versus Flynn Chisholm. We shall see as we keep rolling through, folks. A few more races to go. We are now... is this the junior male or is it the junior female? Looks like it might be the junior male. All right, let me see who this is. Competitor 88. Let me see. Can't find this competitor. Junior A male. Or was that 80? It could be 80. Is that Hayden Barton versus Albert Harvey? Hayden Barton from New South Wales versus Albert Harvey from Queensland. Yep, that's it. Maybe I should be wearing my glasses. Again, trying to see the numbers on the back of these athletes. This is our junior male competitors here. Getting ready to see if they can make their way through to the quarterfinal. Running through what he needs to do in his mind there, Hayden. Yep, 80, not 88. Sorry, Hayden, couldn't read the number. All right, back to the action. Albert on the right, Hayden on the left. Ah, blistering start there by Hayden. Absolutely motoring. Boom. Well, that looks like that might be a time to beat. Wonder what that one is. We shall see that live in a moment. Albert just finishing it off, making sure he does what he needs to do. But we shall see that time come through. 7.3 seconds. Now look at that, folks. Only a couple of seconds, 2 seconds away from the world record. These young athletes are absolutely fantastic. Next up, we have AJ Goldsmith and Oliver Birch. AJ from Queensland and Oliver from Victoria. Oliver on the right, AJ on the left. Let's see what these young fellas can bring in their speed climbing final. You can see, folks, that lots of safety precautions taken here, clipped in 2 different positions, 2 different places for the climbers. Second points of failure. A lot of the climbing gyms absolutely go through rigorous safety standards, and so too do the competitions. Our lads putting their feet on the buzzers, ready to go. AJ versus Oliver. AJ on the left. AJ off to a pretty good start. Oliver, a little bit of a slip. AJ doing what he needs to, not rushing it, but Oliver coming hard. Oh, fantastic. Well, yep, knuckles in the sky. Bit of a smile, bit of fun. Well done, AJ. Oliver didn't give up though. He had a slip early, but came home extremely strong as well. AJ moving into the semi-final versus Hayden Barton. But next up, we've got Marley Farquharson and Jamie Moriarty. And Jamie is from SA. And Marley is from New South Wales. Jamie on the right, Marley on the left. Oh no, Jamie's from SA. Did I say that? Yeah, Jamie from SA. And Marley from New South Wales. Marley off to a fantastic start, looking absolutely blistering fast here. Just taking it easy now, not making any mistakes. And just making sure he gets to the top there. Jamie finishing it off. Probably not as he would have liked to, but all the same. But an absolute blistering race there from Marley. Slowed down at the end there, saving a little bit in the tank for later on and making sure he didn't make any mistakes, I'm quite sure. We'll see their times pop up soon. I'm sure the judges will make sure that nobody made a false start or nothing happened in the race. Might take a little bit of time, but the next competitors are ready. Popping on through, we've got Hugo Hornshaw and we have Oliver Henderson. Oliver Henderson from Queensland on the right, and Hugo Hornshaw from New South Wales on the left. Oliver versus Hugo. Oh, neck and neck for the start, but Hugo just getting his rhythm on now. I think he's got it. Boom. Hugo takes it out. Oliver, a couple of slips from Oliver there. Looking like he would have liked to do a little bit better there, I'm sure, but that's the way it is when you show up for a speed final, folks. It all happens in a very short period of time. We might pop back to the scoreboard. Marley and Jamie's times come through, obviously. Marley moving on through. We've had a blistering time here. Blistering time from Hayden. So far, the best time of the round. And in his qualifiers, he had 2 races. His first qualifying race was 7.6 seconds, and his second qualifying race was 7.359. This quarterfinal was 7.322. So small amounts of progression, pending the last couple of races. Looking good, but you don't want to put a kibosh on that, so I'm not going to say that out loud too much. That's that's something that I do when I'm commentating on these climbing competitions. Try to make a prediction and then it goes terribly wrong, so I try to not do that. But here we have the junior female. 2 competitors ready to go. And our first 2, Abby and Jessica. Abby from New Zealand, Jessica from New South Wales, but Abby off to a good start. And looking like she might... Oh! See, I just said it. I said it out loud. Looking like she might take this one out. But no. There you go. Jessica finishing that one off. Well done, Jessica. It's not over till it is done and dusted, folks. So, unfortunately there, that was probably a bit disappointing for Abby. Just a little slip you can see here to that next one. In the easier holds too. So yeah, it should be as you would think. She'll be a bit annoyed with that, I'm sure. But moving on through to the grand final. Now, we have our Youth B semi-final right now, folks. Teo versus Tiana. Pretty neck and neck, matched up pretty evenly here. We shall see. Oh, come on, here we go. And oh, just at the buzzer. Oh, what a great race. Teo just taking it out. Tiana, a couple of little slips. What a great race that was. So, Teo Murasawa moving on through to the grand final. Might sort of see. And you can see that was so good. Neck and neck right there. Just one little slip. And the difference of milliseconds as we go there. So we come back. Teo taking it out with 13.594. And Tiana taking it out with 14.576. All right, back to it. Who have we got here? Looks like we might be having the Youth B male semi-finals. And that would be James. Let me see. It's either Max and Thomas or James and Archie. Max Bodica on the left. Thomas Sorensen on the right. Max from WA, Thomas from New Zealand. Let's see what... Yeah, oh yes. Max off to a great start, but it's not over by any stretch of the imagination yet. He cannot make any mistakes because Thomas is right on his heels. Oh, well done. Well done, Max. Well done, Thomas. Good racing. So, Max through to the grand final on that one. We shall see their scores come through soon, I'm quite sure. Up next, who do we have? There you go, Max 13 seconds, Thomas 16 neat. Looks like we've got James Bollinger and Archie either from the Youth B male to see who goes through to the grand finals. Looks like it's Max versus one of these two young competitors. James Bollinger on the left, Archie either on the right. Let's go. Neck and neck here. Archie on the right. James, oh no! James can just slow it right down now. He doesn't need to make any mistakes. Disappointing there for Archie, I'm quite sure. He'd set down a couple of good times. Pretty close to one of the fastest times actually. But a little bit of a slip under pressure. And that can be the end of your competition. So, going through to the grand final. check that out in just a moment. All right. Max versus James in the grand final. Thomas versus Archie in the small final. Who we got on the podium right now? Not on the podium, sorry. We have Meredith Butcher versus May Sire. Meredith on the left, May on the right. Meredith absolutely blistering fast earlier today. Let's see if she can put down a decent time here as well. And I think, pending any mistakes, she's got this one in the bag. So let's see. Oh, did she hit the clock at the top? Get a little replay on that clock top at the... just by, yeah, it looks like she did. She's giving it a clap. I think she was a bit worried there for a second about hitting the clock, but, and that's it, folks. You've got to make sure, just watch this. So, oh, yes, she did, by her fingertips. There you go. Well, well done, Meredith. And again, a fast time. 13.36 seconds for her. But next up, we've got Fiona Bollinger and Clea Hall. And thanks for all the shout-outs online, folks. Great to see all you guys getting into it. Fantastic. Yeah, she's... Absolutely. All right, here we go. All right, Fiona versus Clea. To see who moves into the grand final or the small final. Fiona on the left. Clea on the right. They are neck and neck here. Oh, this should be a... Oh, come on! But it's not over till the button is pressed. That was so close. All right, well done. Fiona taking out the semi-final. So, Fiona moving through, I would expect, to the grand final. Here we go, Fiona, 14 seconds. See them neck and neck in the replay, but we might cut back to the live. I think the team are just getting ready here. All right, Youth A male. Looks like this is the matchup we've been looking for. Julian versus Max. Julian from New Zealand on the left, Max. Thomas on the right. Fast times from these two lads. Here we go. Max just pulling ahead, Julian coming back. We shall see what happens at the top. Oh! Oh! Got goosebumps sitting here. That was awesome. Yeah, nice job. Nice job. And Max climbed a great race there. Little slip right at the end. But Julian keeping his cool, moving through to the grand final. Well, I would think so. So far, we shall see if it pops up. Big shout out to the volunteers. Putting the live scores up is absolutely awesome and amazing. We'll cut to them from time to time. Keep you guys in the loop. Dylan Parks versus Flynn Chisholm. Dylan on the left. Flynn on the right from New Zealand. And again, neck and neck here. Let's see what these boys have got. Oh, and... Oh! Dylan takes it out. Flynn, a little bit frustrated there. A couple of foot slips, but they were neck and neck right at the start. There you go. You can see the times, folks. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Some nice little bits of technical know-how on the way through. All right, Julian at 9 seconds. Dylan, we'll see if that flows through to the updates soon, but we'll be back to the live action. Looks like we might be rolling into... Yep, we've got Julian versus Dylan in the grand final, folks. And Max versus Flynn in the semi-final. All right. I think we have our junior female competitors on the wall. Abby Gerbert versus Jessie Domison. Abby from NZ, Jessie from New South Wales. Abby on the left, Jessie on the right. Abby off to a very good start. Doesn't need to rush it now. Just slowing down. That last move is always that tricky little bit. You can see the combination of feet on that one. Comfortable win for her there. Abby moving through to the grand final. Jessie completing it. Next out, we've got Mia Weeder and Ella Easton to see who might make it through to the grand final slash small final. What is the small final, folks? The grand final is for the gold and the silver. The small final is for the bronze. And now we have Mia Weeder and Ella Easton competing. Mia on the left, Ella on the right. Mia from New South Wales, Ella from New South Wales, teammates. But right now, it's competition time. And they're focusing on their race ahead of them. The next maybe 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds is when you make it count, folks. Let's see what these two competitors have got. Good start there by Ella. Mia now catching up. Absolutely. Just a little bit ahead on Ella, but Mia is not too far behind. Oh! And she's pretty happy with that one. Well done, Ella. Well done, Mia. Ella taking it out just on the buzzer. That was a close one as well. So we're going to have Abby move in to the grand final showdown with Ella Easton and Mia Weeder versus Jessica Dummerson for the small final, for the bronze. And here we have Hayden Barton versus AJ Goldsmith. AJ on the right from Queensland. Hayden on the left from New South Wales. Let's see how these two competitors go. All right. Let's see what these guys have got in store. Off to a great start. Hayden there, absolutely blistering. He will lay down a pretty good time here, you'd expect. Wow. The time to beat, or his time, is 7.32, a 7.52. All right, not as fast as his previous quarterfinal, but absolutely blistering. Fast enough to take him through to the grand final, you would expect. That is absolutely what we need. And we now have Marley Farquharson versus Hugo Hornshaw. And Marley laying down an 8-second in his qualifiers, but not in the quarterfinal. Let's see if he can get that back, an 8-second. On the right, on the left. Yes, he's looking pretty good right now. Absolutely going. He will win this if he doesn't make a mistake. Did he get the top there? Probably not as fast as he would have liked, but still got the win. And the lad's having a good time. One of the great things about the climbing community, everyone loves competing. Yep, Marley laid down an 8-second. No, he'd be happy with that. Getting back on track. Bit slower in his quarterfinal, but now the semi-final. So, Hayden versus Marley. That should be a great showdown for the grand final. Hugo versus AJ. in the semi-final. And now, back to the Youth B females. And this is the climb. This is the speed climb for the bronze medal, folks. Gianna Picott from Queensland. Misha Borman from New Zealand for the bronze. Let's see. A medal is on the line. Let's see what these young competitors can pull off here. And they're off. Good start by both of them. Misha moving ahead, but like we said, it's never over until that button is pressed at the top. No mistakes required. Misha for the bronze. And Tiana finishing it up. Very respectable fourth. Misha for the bronze in third. And next we will have Summer Fraser versus Tao Murasawa for the gold and silver. Great bit of competition and action here at the Youth Speed Finals, folks. 2022, the Australian Championships, Youth Nationals. And we're going through to the Youth B male, sorry. And we've got Thomas Sorensen versus Archie Either. Thomas on the left from New Zealand. Archie on the right from New South Wales. For the bronze here, folks, there's a medal in contention. And off they go. Oh, Archie pulling ahead. Thomas, Archie's got this one in the bag. Don't make any mistakes, Archie. Just slow it down and make it happen. Bronze for Archie. Thomas came off there. He'd be disappointed with that, I'm sure. He was picking up speed again, but there you go. That's the luck of the day in the speed climbing finals here today, folks. A bit later on, we will have Max Bodica versus James Bollinger. Archie taking out the bronze. Next out, we've got the Youth A females. And this is May Sayar versus Claire Hall. May from Western Australia, Claire from Queensland. Nice little bit of sportsmanship there. Little fist pump, ready for the race. Completely agree with you, Louise. Big shout out, incredible, absolutely incredible for everyone. Let's see how these two competitors go. May on the left, Claire Hall pulling ahead. May a little slip there. Still stayed on though, and it's not over yet, so keep going. But looks like Claire might take this one out. No mistakes, just slowing it down, making sure. There you go. Well done, both of you. And now these competitors have had such a long weekend. Some of them have been here since Wednesday or Thursday. They started their competition on Friday, and they've done lead, they've done boulder, now they've done speed. A little early slip there from May. Next up, we have the Youth A male, and the Youth A male semi-final, the small final. For the bronze, Flynn Chisholm versus Max Thomas. And go Max. Flynn on the left from New Zealand, Max from Queensland on the right. We shall see how these two go. Bronze medal on the line, folks. All right, off to a great start there. Max, Flynn. Looks like Flynn's pulling ahead just a little. Yes. Well done. Little fist pump to the crowd. Everyone liked that one. Well done, Flynn. Max not too far behind, but Flynn taking out the bronze. 9.4. Good racing. Now, next we have the junior female. Mia Weeder versus Jessica Domison. Mia from New South Wales. I keep saying Queensland, Mia, because I saw you last time in the Sunshine Coast. Mia versus Jessica. Jessica from New South Wales. Mia from New South Wales also. Mia on the left, Jessica on the right. For the bronze medal, folks. Here we go. Mia off to a great start. Absolutely flying out of the blocks there. And looks like, other than a mistake, she has got a good lead here, but it's not over until that button is pressed. Well done, Mia. That was a very controlled, good run there from Mia. Well deserved. Bronze medal for her. And a big shout out to Jessica for competing this weekend. Absolutely legendary. So, Abby Gerbert versus Ella Easton coming up soon. But before that, we will have Hugo Hornshaw versus AJ Goldsmith for the bronze in the junior male. And let's see how we go here. Some pretty fast times. Hugo laying down a 10-second. AJ laying down a 10-second in the semi-final. So they are pretty evenly matched for the small final. Boys having a good time, ready to roll. Now it counts. The next 10 seconds, folks, is when it counts. Hugo off to a good start. AJ absolutely flying along here. Hugo coming back though. Hugo, oh, and it's going to be close, folks. Oh! Oh, I don't know if I could call that one. I think that might have been Hugo just at the buzzer. Yes, and he's pumped up there. Well done. Oh, my Lord. 0.1 of a second. That was fantastic. Hugo coming through for the bronze. They were neck and neck. Good job. Good job. All right. Here we go. Finals. Summer versus Taya. Teo. And it is all to play for, folks. This is the gold and the silver. The winner of this one takes out the gold. Summer on the left, Teo on the right. Now, if you have a look at their times from earlier, Summer a 16-second and 18-second. Teo a 14-second and a 13-second. But you never know. Grand final timings, what might happen. So let's see. Teo versus Summer. Summer on the right. Teo on the right, Summer on the left. And they're off. Teo moving very systematically up the wall there. Looking great. But Summer not too far behind. Keep going. And Teo takes it out. Summer making a very respectable finish on that one as well. But that was very precise from Teo there. Taking out the gold medal, Summer silver, and Misha Borman the bronze. There will be a little bit of time for appeals and other things as part of the competition rules, folks. But next up we have Max Bodica versus James Bollinger. Max from WA and James from Victoria. Max versus James. Ranked 1 and 2. Max laying down a 13-second and a 17-second. And James laying down a 13-second and a 15-second. So pretty evenly matched in this one. Let's see the Youth B male, who the winner may be. Max versus James. Here we go. And they're off. Pretty evenly split. Oh no! Max a bit of a slip. James pulling ahead. Come on, Max. Go, James. I think James has got that one. Max slipping off there, just near the top as well. James takes out the gold. Now, I do wonder how it scores if James doesn't finish, but I believe he gets the silver anyway. All right. It's all action-packed here, folks. Straight into the grand final, Meredith Butcher versus Fiona Bollinger. Meredith from New Zealand, Fiona from Victoria. Meredith on the left, Fiona on the right. Now, when you have a look at it, Fiona laying down 17 seconds and 14 seconds in her semi and quarter. Meredith the 13 seconds and a 13 seconds in both, so pretty evenly matched. Let's see how we go. Fiona pulling ahead, Meredith a little behind, but it's all to play for. Oh no! And just finishing that one off. There you go. Well played, Fiona. Bit disappointing for Meredith, I'm sure. But she's done well. She's got a silver. Made it all the way through to the grand final. That's something to be absolutely stoked by. And next up, I thought I was like, not quite sure what's going on here right now. Yes, good work, team. All right, here we go. Julian David versus Dylan Parks. Dylan Parks from New South Wales on the right. Julian David from the New Zealand team on the left. Julian laying down some blistering times, 9 seconds and 8 seconds in the quarter and semi. And Dylan laying down a 9 and a 9. So pretty evenly matched. This should be a great race, folks. Let's see how they go. Oh, absolutely flying start from Julian there. Absolutely pounced off the ground, but Dylan coming back almost to the top. Oh, what that start from Julian was phenomenal. Maybe we'll get a little replay shot of that one, maybe. Who knows? But that start was huge. Left the ground like a rocket. And I reckon that time might be absolutely blistering. We shall see. Well done, Julian. Didn't make a mistake the whole way up the wall there. That was absolutely flawless. I'd be very keen to see what that time is. 8.3 seconds, his best time of the competition. Well done. And not too far behind, and a very respectable 9.13 seconds as well for Dylan. Now, the junior females. Abby Gerbert versus Ella Easton. Abby from NZ and Ella from New South Wales. Abby on the left, Ella on the right. Here we go. Great start by both of them. Very evenly matched so far. Handhold for handhold. Ella just pulling ahead just ever so slightly for the buzzer. Oh, and gets it. That was right down to the wire, that one. Well done, Ella. So, Ella Easton taking out the gold. Abby for the silver. And Mia for the bronze. Just a little slip at the top here. It was so close. That slip there. Oh, and a big celebration at the top. Fantastic to see. Like a speedy time too. I think that's the best time of the round for Ella also at 11 seconds. Well done. All right, here we go. The two fastest speed climbers of the evening. Marley versus Hayden. 7 seconds versus 8 seconds. This should be an absolutely fantastic showdown, folks. Don't go away. It'll be over in a flash. Hold on. Here we go. Hayden off to a little bit better start. Absolutely flying up the wall. Oh, no! Oh! Oh, no! Oh! What happened there? Oh! That is unreal. By absolutely the skin of his teeth. Oh. Marley, 7.99, and it was just that slip at the bottom there. Hayden. Oh. Boys having a great time on the wall. That was an absolute fantastic showdown in that final. Yeah, well, I reckon Hayden will be a bit gutted about that. But well done, Hayden and Marley. Absolutely fantastic show. Good sportsmanship. And Hugo taking out the bronze. Hang around, folks. We will be waiting here for some of the podium. But let's throw to a little video. In the meantime, back in a moment. All right, folks. Here we have all right, folks, here we go. Back at it. We're just about to find out how long until the podiums. It won't be too long, so hang on. Be great to see all of these young competitors up on the podium getting their awards. But what we might do, if we might just flick to the scoreboard, and I'll quickly talk you through who finished where. So far, so good. Right now, we have Teo Murasawa taking out the Youth B female in 13 seconds versus Summer at 16. In the small final, we had Tiana versus Misha, and Misha taking out the bronze. So that's at this moment in time. That's what the finals looks like, or the podium looks like. Youth B male. There will be a little bit of adjudication go on, just in case there was something missed. And it'd be interesting. Here we go. Maybe this is how it works. I do not know this scoring part, but as you go. The Youth B male, James Bollinger taking out the gold. Now, maybe the silver goes back to Archie either, and the bronze goes to, let's know. I'd be interested to see this one. Don't know what happens there, but I will find out real soon, I'm quite sure, folks. Over here, we've got Fiona taking out the gold. Meredith didn't finish there, but I'm sure May and Clear taking out one of those guys. Clear taking out the bronze. Youth A male. Some pretty fast times for those guys. Flynn taking out the bronze, and we have Julian taking out the gold. Dylan taking out the silver so far. And right now, as we see it right now, Ella Easton taking out the gold in the junior female. Abby Gerbert taking out the bronze. And we've got Mia Weeder coming in for the bronze in junior female. And at the moment, junior male. What an absolutely blistering grand final we had just now, which was absolutely gold. Marley versus Hayden. Marley, absolutely, by the skin of his teeth. 0.1 of a second. 0.1 of a second. There you go. Taking out the gold versus Hayden. And Hugo Hornshaw versus AJ Goldsmith. Hugo taking out the bronze. So far, that is what it looks like, folks. What we'll do, we'll put a little bit of background music on. We'll let you guys know in just a moment or two what the podium time and presentations will be. Stand by. Don't go away. All right, folks, we've just been told that the podium presentations will be on in about 5 to 10 minutes. They reckon at about 4:25. So hang around. That'll probably only take 5 or 10 minutes for the presentations. It'd be great to have that live streamed and get your support from home. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us for the live stream. Let people know, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the Australian Sports Climbing YouTube channel. Also, Jason Witten here with you, streaming live from Sydney, the Youth Nationals Championships. We had Boulder on the first day, Lead on the second day, and Speed on the third day. 3 days worth of climbing and competing. A record number of competitors, over 340. Big shout out to all of those young athletes, and a big shout out to mums and dads who supported them, and a big shout out to you guys on the live stream at home. Appreciate you guys being there, giving us some chats in the live stream. We'll be back with you in about 7 to 8 minutes, folks. Don't go away. A few little highlights coming your way from the weekend.
See you, Sophie. And this is a combined event
folks.
and Australian
There
podium.
we go. We have
placing in third for Youth D Female is Esther Kingwell.
Let's see how we go.
Has she gone?
Is Esther still here? Do we know? Does anyone know? She's where?
In the cave.
Esther, there we go. Just down on the podium there. Anybody else in that cave? Okay, placing second for Youth D Female, Nina Vickers. And in first place for Youth D Female, Alia Williams. Round of applause for Youth D Female. Thank you, girls. Next up, we have the Youth D Male category. Placing in third, Daniel Kotzer. And in second place, Jared Griffiths. I'll try that again. Max Metaxiotis. Sorry, Max. Round of applause for our Youth D male speed athletes. Thank you, boys. Okay, next we'll go to the Youth C female category. It's a combined event and Australian podium. Placing in third, we have Saffron Takakskal. Youth C female.
Podium or the Australian?
Both combined. Youth C female is just one podium. Yep. And in second place for Youth C female, Imogen Lance. And placing first for Youth C female speed, Audrey Minay. Big round of applause for our Youth C female speed finalists. Thank you, girls. Okay, next up we have the first of our split event and Australian podium. We'll start with the event podium first. Placing in third, Santiago Woolner. And in second place, Taj Madden. And first place for the event podium, Jamie Birchler. second place, Meredith Butcher. And in first place, the Youth A female event podium, Fiona Bolter. A round of applause, please, for our Youth A female event podium. And the Australian podium now for Youth E female, placing in third, May Sia. In second place, Leah Hall. And first place, the UK female Australian podium, Fiona Pollinger. Round of applause now for our UK female Australian podium. Okay, we're going back to a combined podium now for junior male. In third place, Hugo Hornshaw. And in second place, Hayden Barton. And first place for junior male, Marley McClarson. Big round of applause for our junior male finals. Okay, our last speed podium again. So in third place for the event podium for junior female, Mia Ritter. And in second place, Ali Gedert. And first place for junior female event podium, Ella Easton. Round of applause for our junior female event podium. And our final podium for seed tonight, the Australian podium for junior female, placing in third, Jessica Dodson. In second place, Mia Ritter. And placing in first, Ella Easton. Big round of applause for our final city podium junior female. Okay, please sit to the sides. I will shortly move on to the combined podium, which combines the boulder, lead, and the speed. Sit set up for that. And I think we'll be hearing from Ron, the president for this service.
All right, folks. Back at it right now. We're just waiting for a couple of little things to happen, but there you go. You've got the podium winners for today's competition in the speed finals. It was fantastic to see all of those young athletes out there making the most of it. Stand by. We'll have a couple little thank yous, and in the meantime, we might play a little bit of the behind the scenes again, just to give you some entertainment. Stand by. All right. All right, folks, we've just been told the combined podium winners will be up and being presented in 3 to 5 minutes. So hang around. It'll be great to support those guys as well, guys and girls as well. Not too long till we're done and dusted here. It's the Australian National Youth Championships coming to you live from Sydney. Jason Witten here with you, streaming from the Sydney Climbing Gym here in Villawood. What a fantastic bunch of people at this gym. If you haven't had a chance to get down here and check out the facility, I encourage you highly to do so. Wonderful people, wonderful facility, absolutely magnificent. And they've hosted us all weekend with grace and care. So big shout out to those guys. Stand by, we'll have the combined podiums in just a moment. I'll leave you with a little bit of background music and maybe 1 or 2 little videos as we roll. All right, folks, stand by. Almost there with the combined podiums. This weekend, folks, we had the lead, speed and boulder competitions. As some of you might already know, the climbing scene, the climbing fraternity now is in the Olympics. It's great to see so many young athletes out this weekend, 340 young athletes, and I'm sure that number as parents as well coming here this weekend also. So big shout out to the supporters, parents and competitors. Also a big shout out to Sports Climbing Australia putting on the event. Fantastic to see such a high quality event for young athletes here. maybe with their eye on the prize for the 2032 Olympics. You never know. And right now we're going to have the combined boulder. The combined podiums, which include boulder, lead and speed. Over the 3 days, the combined positions and podiums add up to an overall winner. So here we go.
I can tell you that we've been doing these events for the last many years now, 10 to 20 years, and this is by far the most complex we've ever done. So without a team like this, we would never do it, and we would never do it on time. We'll be late maybe, almost on time. But so these people are exceptional. Without them, we wouldn't do it. So thank you again. So now we're doing the overall lead boulder speed podiums. Which are some sort of a combine of the 3 disciplines where we multiply the ranking to establish an overall ranking. So starting with the youth D, just to note that we're only going to do the Australian podium. I'm sorry, just we need to get it done. We couldn't quite have the system to bring the other certificates too. So we're going to focus only on the Australian podiums for this one. Congratulations on all the other athletes that didn't make it to the competition podium, and you will find your name on the results online. So starting with youth female, in 3rd place, Danielle Coxe. In 2nd place, Jared Griffith. And in 1st place, Max Metaxiotis. Congratulations, guys. The youth female podium, in 3rd place, Esther Kingwell. In 2nd place, Alexa Olsen. And in 1st place, Alia Williams. In UFC male, in 3rd place, Santiago Rudolph. In 2nd place, Morali White. And in 1st place, Fred Eater. In the UFC female category, in 3rd place, Millie Lewis. In 2nd place, Imogen Nance. And in 1st place, Audrey Minani. The youth female podium, in the 3rd place, Jai Falconer. In 2nd place, Marley Reeves. UP female podium. In third place, Mackenzie Hansen. In second place, Atako Nakamura. And in first place, Summer Fraser. Well done. Congratulations. And for the UK male overall ranking, in third place, Max Thomas. In second place, Dylan Song. And in first place, Dylan Parks. Female category combined ranking. In third place, Josie Wagwap. In second place, Mae Sia. And first place goes to Clea Hall. Junior male podium, combined ranking. In third place goes Albert Harvey. In second place, Mari Farquharson. And in third place, Hugo Rancho. Congratulations. And we are getting to the final podium, which is a junior female combined ranking. In third place, Alexi Lowe. In second place, Nia Reader. And in first place, Ella Easton. And that's about. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to all of those indoors. Thank you for our hosts, to have us here in indoor community, all their team, staff, and management. The coming events, World Youth Championships in August, the Oceania Championships that I mentioned earlier in the weekend in October, and then we have National Open Championships toward the end of the year. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great evening, and see you soon.
Well, there you go, folks. It's all done and dusted here at the Australian Youth National Championships. What a weekend we've had. 340 competitors from all over Australia and New Zealand coming to the Sydney Climbing Gym here in Villawood. Big shout out and thank you to everyone, all the competitors, all the volunteers tirelessly this weekend. No, there's no more podiums yet. We're all done and dusted. So don't stay tuned for podiums. We might see if the team can get rid of that. There we go. Big shout out to all of the volunteers. What absolute legends they are. Big shout out to all of the competitors. 3 full days of climbing. Absolutely fantastic. Shout out to the owners and the team here at the Sydney Climbing Gym. You guys are legends. Thanks for having us. And a big shout out to you guys at home watching the live stream. Make sure you subscribe, give us a shout out, a like, whatever it is on the socials. Follow the channel. We're looking forward to doing some more of the live streaming in these competitions. It's great to see the sports climbing federations and associations really stepping up the game with the live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it at home, folks. Well, that's it from us, folks. Jason Witten here signing off, leaving you with maybe a few highlights before we finish the live stream from the Australian Youth National Championships 2022. Take care and bye for now.